The playbook says call everyone racist and far right and muddy the water about how many white paedophiles there are. Have never organised and told us how outraged they are at it. There's evidence that 50% of all paedophiles are women.
These are racially aggravated assaults and rapes. And I don't think they've quite got it yet. They don't understand that these Muslim Pakistani men are targeting white girls. They're not targeting Muslim girls. They're not targeting brown girls. They are specifically targeting white British girls. And that, by any measure, Nick, isn't it, is racism of the worst kind.
It is. And to further on that point, you only have to look at some of the testimony of some of the girls about how they were treated and what they were called.
Yeah.
They were called white dogs, white slags.
Yeah.
And that's
white trash.
White trash. That's by the men who were abusing them. The men themselves looked down upon them because they were white. Do the politicians believe what they're saying? No, they don't. This is just the decades-old playbook. We've got this grooming gang problem. We want and rely on Muslim votes. We cannot pick a side here now. So therefore, we need to muddy the water. The playbook says call everyone racist and far right and muddy the water about how many white paedophiles there are. And that's been working for 4 decades. They're just pulled the playbook out, but that playbook's outdated now.
It's not working now.
It doesn't work anymore now. It doesn't work, but that's the only book they've got to look in, and they're still doing the same old stuff.
Yeah. I think the reality is that white British people like me as well, who's not quite white but half white, are, we're hearing this now and just ignoring it. Yeah. This idea of, racists,
they've overused it, haven't they? They've overused it.
This idea that, white men rape women, girls as well. Yeah. No, they don't. Not in this scale, and not in this level of gangs, and certainly not in the percentages that we're looking at here.
Let's address white male raping children, because it needs looking at. I'm for the execution of all these perverts and paedophiles, all of them, regardless of race.
I'm nodding, but I'm not agreeing. I don't believe.
So it's not like I am only concentrating on the Muslim Pakistani grooming gangs. I spent 20 years fighting child sexual exploitation. I've had paedophiles arrested and prosecuted. I haven't yet had one Asian man arrested and prosecuted for paedophilia, because the guys I've caught were all white. So this happens in every community. Yeah. But you don't have to look at Jimmy Savile, Hugh Edwards. The list is endless of white people who abuse children. Same with black people, same with Chinese people, same with women. That's the next big story coming out. There's evidence that 50% of all paedophiles are women. That's something that may be coming out in the next few years if we start looking into it more.
Let's not put in the waters of what we're talking about.
But that's what I'm saying, is at this moment in time, we're looking at one particular crime, and we call it the grooming gangs. It's the grooming, the coercion, the control of young girls in poor areas who are vulnerable, with the use of free food, free taxis, free drugs, pretending I'm your boyfriend, and then allowing other men who are nearly always related and friendly with each other. So it's cousins, uncles, dads, brothers, my next door neighbour, the guys I go to the mosque with, and using that as a cohort of the same ethnic group, religious group, to then abuse young, vulnerable white children. That's the crime we're looking at. A month from now, let's look at white dirty perverts and what they're doing, and let's stop those crimes and let's prosecute them. But always muddying the water that, it's not, other people abuse children. Well, no shit, Sherlock, we know that. But at the moment, we're talking about this case because it's unique. It's because it's been hidden by politicians. Yeah. No other group of people are raping, and it's being hidden by politicians. No one else is doing that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And the community these people come from have never organised and told us how outraged they are at it.
Yeah.
So when the white Christian Catholic priests were raping boys and we all found out, it was the Catholics going, this is disgusting.
Yes.
My priests were doing this. And it's the same with other groups, but in the Pakistani Muslim community, those people in there have kept their mouths shut because the vast majority knew what was going on. I'm not saying they thought it was right, but they thought, well, this happens in our homeland, and the white tarts probably deserved it anyway. And my community is more important to me than this so-called British morality. The Muslim community let themselves down. So this is a different type of crime, and that's why we're highlighting it.
Yeah, but also we do have white British rapists. We do have all that going on, but those are our white British rapists of children. This here is something we've imported.
Yeah.
This is the point that I think most people miss. Yes, of course we have that problem in our own white community, but we've now we don't need any more. We've actually imported a vast number of this going on for white British girls. That's the point, right? Regardless of whether white men do it or not. Yeah, we'll deal with the white guys, but let's deal with this issue which we've imported and that needs to be stamped out and extinguished. That's the point.